Martha? Quick, my double martini. I've been to the front again.
Hello, dear. How goes the rat race?
The rats are winning.
Well, I have your martini all ready.
Good.
Yes, and Paul, I'm very glad you're home because I have something to tell you that shouldn't be a disappointment, I hope.
This gonna be a 2-martini story? If it is, I don't want to hear it.
Okay, I will tell you.
Martha, what is it?
Well, Barbara came home from college today with her degree.
Oh, terrific.
That's not the only thing she came home with. Finish this, you might need it.
All right, Martha, out with it.
Well, the other thing she came home with was a friend.
So?
A male friend.
Oh, that's all right. She's 21. It's time she started thinking seriously about marriage and things like that.
She's past thinking about it, Paul. She and this friend stopped off in Las Vegas this morning and got married.
Married?
Yes.
You mean she eloped?
Yes, isn't it romantic?
That's not romantic, it's illegal. Why, she's just a baby. When'd you find out about this?
Oh, this afternoon.
Well, why didn't you call me?
I was saving the good news till when you got home.
If it's such good news, why were you saving it?
Oh, he's a very nice boy, Paul. You'll like him.
Where's Barbara?
She's upstairs unpacking.
And where's this very nice boy?
He's upstairs in Barbara's room.
My daughter's in her bedroom with a stranger?
Paul, dear, they're married. Now, try to hold that thought.
Well, I guess I should be grateful for that. Kids these days hardly bother with that formality.
You forgot the vermouth.
I didn't forget it. Okay, Martha. Tell me about our new son-in-law.
Well, his name is Howie.
I hate it.
Well, apparently he's something of a genius.
Genius? Howie?
Seems to be a walking encyclopedia of knowledge. And he's been around the world 3 times.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. Evidently, he's a very well-rounded young man. Barbara says he's out on the golf course every day.
Every day?
Yes, and he shoots in the low 60s. What do you shoot, dear?
Keep talking.
Now, there's something else about him, dear, I know you're going to enjoy. He charts the stock market, and according to Barbara, he's almost never wrong.
Never wrong?
Uh-huh.
He's rich.
What's that, dear?
Nothing important.
Daddy! Wait till you see what Barbara brought home. Is he heavy?
He's fat?
No, that means he's groovy.
Well, why didn't she say so? It took me a whole year to learn groovy.
Here he is, Dad. This is Howie.
How do you do, Mr. Sims?
How do you do, Howie? Nice name. Let's toast the bride and groom, shall we? What do you have, Howie, Barbara?
Just a little wine for Barbara and myself.
Howie's a great connoisseur of wine.
Oh, really? Here's one for Barbara.
Thank you.
And one for Howie.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, dear. Okay, here we go. A toast to the bride.
Here's to the wings of love. May they never molt a feather, till my big boots and your little shoes are under the bed together. That's an 18th century quatrain.
Oh, it's cute. By the way, where did you two meet?
At school in the library.
Oh, you're a student, too.
Well, not exactly. I graduated college when I was 17.
What were you doing in the library?
Killing time. I was going through the dictionary to see how many mistakes I could find.
What's that?
Well, if you're interested in Indian culture, I think you'll find this fascinating.
What is it?
It's Xochitl, the Aztec goddess of fertility.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Don't touch him.
Howie says it's an absolute guarantee you'll have children.
How lovely. Sally, why don't you go and do your homework?
Oh, all right, all right.
Well, make yourself comfortable, son. This is your home.
That's very nice of you, sir. I certainly appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate your taking the time to visit with us. I know how busy you must be with the stock market and...
That's just a hobby. I chart stocks on paper, but I never gamble.
Oh. Well, you certainly are a well-traveled man. I understand you've been around the world 3 times.
Right. I just finished a hitch in the Navy.
Oh. Well, tell me, Howie, what are your primary business interests?
Until recently, I was with a national polling company.
You own this company?
Oh, no. I was a field employee. I went around making surveys. For every questionnaire that was filled out, I got 50 cents.
That's another hobby.
That's my living. Early mornings, I caddie. Didn't Barbara tell you?
She mentioned that you were on the golf course there. Howie, what does your father do?
He's a butcher in Eagle Rock, California.
Butcher.
Are you feeling all right, Mr. Sims? You look a little pale.
Howie, you have enough money to support my daughter?
No, that's why we were so pleased when Mother invited us to move in here.
Mother invited to move in. Oh, my knees just locked.
Mr. Sims, I just want to tell you that I'm going to do everything in my power to make your daughter happy. Because I love her.
Let's go upstairs, Howie, and finish unpacking.
He's a caddie. Martha, Barbara married a caddie.
Hello, dear. Have a good day.
Want me to ruin what's left of yours?
Never mind. I'll get your martini. How do you want it? Straight or on the rocks?
Just fast. Where's, Howie?
He's not home.
Well, that's the first cheerful news I've heard today. It's been 3 months, Martha. You think our son-in-law will ever find a job?
A lot of geniuses have trouble functioning in this world.
Well, believe me, Martha, for every genius in the world, there's a non-genius right behind him. Picking up the check.
As a matter of fact, right now he's out looking for another job. Now, you'll see by tomorrow things might be different.
Don't remind me of tomorrow. I'd like to skip it.
Why? What's happening tomorrow?
You trust me, Martha?
Well, of course I trust you.
Tomorrow I have to go see a dirty movie.
What?
Remember the Bijou? Where we saw Love Story? Well, anyway, it's not the Bijou anymore. It's the Pussycat.
Oh? Well, I don't understand why you have to go there.
Well, the actual theater owner leased it to a Mr. Woolner, assuming he was going to show regular movies. The theater owner wants me to find a way to get Woolner out. I think if I can prove misrepresentation, I got a case.
Well, I know you can do it. You're the best lawyer in the firm. Mr. McNish should be very grateful you're working for him. And what time should I meet you at the Pussycat?
Martha, sex is not for housewives.
I've noticed that lately.
Well, I've had a lot on my mind. $7.50? For what?
For everything.
Here. What time does the movie start?
Does it really matter?
You may not believe this, but not too long ago, I saw Snow White here.
What a coincidence. Just next week, we're showing Snow White makes out with the 7 cycle freaks.
Shame on you. To think you're probably someone's grandmother. Oh, my goodness. No wonder they get $7.50. What do you mean, shh? Nobody's saying anything up there.
Have I missed anything good?
I don't know, I just got here myself.
You!
Joe Robinson, shame on you. What are you doing here?
Same as you. Only I'm not taking notes.
I'm here on business. What about you?
I'm here on my lunch hour.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here.
I appreciate it. I mean, if word didn't get around town that I was here. By the way, I was thinking about your son-in-law just this morning. Why don't you have him drop in my office? Maybe I can find an opening for him. I said maybe I have a job for Howie.
He'll be there this afternoon. And Joe, you're disgusting.
Oh, Paul, I just finished reading your report on the Pussycat Theater, and I think we have a good chance of getting that Woolner guy out of there.
I know we have, J.J. It's not just a case with me. It's a moral commitment. Did you read what I saw?
Yes. Several times.
Well, there's no way they can call that a regular movie, and that's where we got 'em.
That could mean a nice bonus for you, Paul.
We'll start writing the check, J.J.
Oh, excuse me. Your secretary wasn't there, so I just walked in.
Oh, Howie, J.J., you know my son-in-law.
Oh, yes, of course.
How are you, sir?
Howie just landed himself an important job with a publishing firm.
Oh, congratulations.
Well, it's not really that important. It's in the mailroom.
Well, as a matter of fact, I started off in the mailroom.
Really, J.J.?
Of course, it only lasted a week. Then Dad made me a vice president.
I love your humor, J.J.
Oh, Paul, could you step into my office for a moment? Then you and Howie can eat and talk to your heart's delight. See you later, Howie.
I'll be right with you, J.J. Howie, about lunch, I don't think...
I'm in no hurry, Dad. Anytime you're ready.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for Mr. Sims.
He'll be right back. Maybe I can help you. Sit down.
They can't do this to me.
They can't do what to you?
Look, I'm an honest man. I have always worked very hard for my money. I leased a theater. Now, just because the people who own it don't like the movies I show is no reason for them to break the lease. Now, there must be something that I can do.
That sounds to me like an infringement on your freedom. I don't think anyone can do that.
Are you sure about that?
As a matter of fact, I'm positive. And you've come to the right place for help. I'm sure Mr. Sims is aware of the state of Massachusetts versus Rowland, in which the Supreme Court ruled that anyone has the right to show whatever they want on the screen, providing the public isn't forced to see it. It's what freedom is all about. You're free to screen whatever you want, and the public has the freedom not to go see it if they don't want to. Dad! Well, this is Mr. Woolner.
Oh, yes. I know Mr. Woolner. You received the eviction notice?
Oh, yes. And this is what I think of your eviction notice.
What are you doing?
Why don't you ask this bright young man about Massachusetts versus Roland? Thank you, young man. You're a fine lawyer. And anytime you want to come down to the Pussycat Theater, it's all the house.
You talked to him?
Yes, he was going to sign those eviction papers.
You talked him out of accepting the eviction papers?
Oh, don't thank me. You were in a meeting, and I wanted to be helpful.
Oh, you have been, Howie. I'll tell you what you've just done. In less than a minute, all by yourself, you've managed to ruin a case that's very important to me and costs me a bonus that JJ is in his office signing at this moment. You stole it from under my nose.
How could I? Massachusetts versus...
I don't give a hang about Massachusetts.
Ouch! Maybe we better have lunch another day. You shouldn't eat when you're excited.
Did that help?
No, I can still remember what Howie looks like.
Come on, dear, sit down and don't get yourself upset. You'll get an ulcer.
I have an ulcer, and it has an IQ of 185. Howie's got to go.
Paul, what if we built them a room with a separate entrance?
Not if we build it in Japan.
I'll get it.
Hello,
Mr.
Sally.
McNish.
Oh, hello, Mr. McNish.
Now what?
Paul, I just heard about the Woolner case. I thought I'd stop by personally and congratulate you.
Now, wait a minute. I can explain it, JJ. I just need a little time to congratulate me.
Well, that was a brilliant stroke, sending your son-in-law down to the theater to talk to Woolner.
Yeah. Yeah, it was brilliant, all right.
When he showed Woolner this copy of Variety, Hicks, Nick's nude pics, he convinced him that people in general are turning down pornies.
Pornos.
Get out of the room, Sally.
Well, anyway, he's decided to show nothing but family pictures in his theater from now on, so everybody's happy. I tell you, that son-in-law of yours is a genius.
Genius. Yeah, we know.
You must bring him to dinner one night soon. My wife will call you. Oh, and, Paul, here's your bonus check.
Well, thank you, JJ.
Martha, I'll see myself out. Barbara?
Daddy, you've got to stop him.
Who?
Howie. He's upstairs packing to go back in the Navy.
The Navy? I know it'll be difficult for you, honey. But we'll help all we can.
I know you will, but I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about Howie. I think we failed him.
We failed him?
He thinks we don't want him here.
Well, I can't imagine where he ever got such an idea. Well, you go tell him it's not true.
What can I tell him? That I love him? You'd have to be pretty dumb not to know that. And if there's anything Howie isn't, it's dumb. You're the one who has to tell him you want him to stay.
Me?
She's right.
But what'll I say to him?
You'll think of something. You're awfully smart when you want to be.
Mr. Sims, would you store this for me? I won't be needing it in the Navy.
Howie, I've been doing a great deal of thinking, and I've got something to say to you.
Go ahead, Daddy.
Well, Howie,
Howie, what Paul means is that he's sorry he lost his temper, and he's begging you to stay.
I'm asking. The truth is, we wouldn't dream of letting you leave. Howie, we need you more than the Navy does.
You need me?
Of course, you're part of the family, even if you are an eccentric. You're the type of irritant who produces progress in our world.
And havoc in our homes. I'm a pretty sad excuse for a son-in-law.
I wouldn't have anyone else in the world.
Howie, we've never had a son. You're gonna be it.
Do you mean that, Mr. Sims?
Dad.
Dad!
Now, shoot. You go upstairs and unpack that suitcase.
Barbara!
Oh, thanks, Daddy.
Oh, I'm proud of you. You handled that like a real father.
Well, the boy's got good stuff, Penny. We'll help them find a nice apartment of their own tomorrow. And I am going to have him come down to the office and have lunch with me. We'll have him to dinner here once a month. Hello. Oh, hello, Joe. What? Joe's calling to thank me for sending Howie to him. I told you he'd be an asset to your organization. Howie's only been on the job one day, and he's come up with a reorganization plan that the board of directors thinks is brilliant.
That's your son-in-law.
That's my son-in-law. What? What? Hello, Joe? He hung up on me.
Why?
Howie made up a list of people in the office who could be replaced by computers. Joe Robinson's name was at the head of the list. And do you know whose name he put second? His own. He's fired.
Well, he'll just have to stay here with us until he finds another
Oh,
job.
no, that could be years. Howie could be living with us for years. And Martha, he's got that fertility symbol up there. He wants babies. I can see him all growing up around me.